So here we are, day 2 with this Bear Persist, and got a couple admin cleanup items before we start actually shooting. So first part of this video, that what I wanted to do was test the bow and the propel sight of rest that Trophy Ridge had introduced this year, and had a problem with that rest trying to get it set up. Could not keep it parallel to the arrow shelf. So there's something with that mounting, the mounting system, and the dovetail that forces it to at an intersecting angle to the arrow shelf, which won't allow the arm to get out of the way of the arrow. At least that's what I think. I sent some pictures to the bow shop owner, said, hey man, this is what I think, and he's gonna let me know. But ended up having to put the HHA Virtuous back on it, or Virtuous on it, and that's what we're going to test with, and I'll report any findings in case that changes. The other thing is, I'm not going to shoot the 470 grain VAP TKOSSs. I'm going to shoot these ultras, ultra arrows. These are the Centrum 166 premiums, or premier, and they weigh around 448 grains. But want to do a durability test on these, so we are going to do be shooting all of our tests this year with these 448 grain arrows. All right, so here we go with the first shots from from the Bear Persist. This is 70 pounds, 27.5 inches, and 80% let off. 448 grain arrows. We got 2 microphones set up, one downrange where we're at. So hopefully you can get a good idea of how the bow sounds. This bow's got a real nice feel to it. The draw, a little stiff at the start of the cycle. Guess you got to get that 340 feet somewhere, but it real steady, and then it just drops off at the back end. Short valley to the back wall. Arrows seem to be jumping off this thing pretty well. Once again, it's something to be desired from Bear. That's that arrow shelf. If you haven't seen it on their website, they put a rubber arrow shelf onto the riser itself. It's nice. You don't have to worry about taping up your bow. And there's, dare I say, little to no vibration in this thing. It's that string stop that they put on here is, they did a great job with that. Tremendous job from Bear Archery. Getting down there pretty quick. All right, let's go check out the. All right, Bear Persist shots with the vibration meter attached. We'll give you a couple shots with this. You notice I took the magnet off because it reset that. All right. So there's 44.57 millimeters per second of vibration. That one said 60.49. We'll grab one more arrow out of the target and redo this just to get 3. All right, so we get a couple more shots with a vibe meter. So what I changed is I'm gonna move the vibe meter off this round bolt and I'm gonna put it up here on the site. Maybe we'll get a better idea with a more stable platform for the magnet, and we'll get a couple more in, because what we've mostly seen so far is in the 40 range for vibrations, and want to make sure maybe that 60 is just an outlier. $43.04. It's at 13.5. Beginning to wonder how much we can actually trust the vibe meter. Go check out some arrows. Not a bad little group. Could get better. All right, let's go back in for the conclusion. All right, so final thoughts on the Bear Persist. Again, this is tested at 27.5 inches, 70 pounds. It's 31 inches axle to axle, 6.5 inch brace height, adjustable from 45 to 70 pounds, and 26 to 30 inches. This thing is a feature-packed little powerhouse for Bear Archery. The fans of Bear are going to be very pleased with it. And I'd like to, just a side note, mention I really like the Fred Bear camo they have on here. One of the criticisms I had of this bow last year were these dampeners had a weird little sound. And this string stop, which Bear, if you saw the earlier part of the video, anybody at Bear Archery sell these individually. But this string stop seems to have killed whatever vibration was affecting those. So go over it. The grip, I am not a fan of the grip. They need to texture that. Same thing I said about it last year. And it's a little bit wide. I'd like to see it get thinned down a little bit. The draw, just like the last year's EcoCam, it's stiff up front. I like the weight stacked in the front. That's fine with me. Stays up on that part of the draw force curve and then starts to gradually come back, and a couple inches before the wall, it just drops into the back wall. It's not too smooth right there, but it's not bad. Holding on the shot is pretty steady. I mean, without the stabilizer on it or any back bars, and it does have a back bar bushing, it could have definitely used at least a front stab to slow down the oscillation a little bit. The new arrow shelf, I really like that feature on there. It works really nicely. I bounced some arrows off of it, and all the arrows down on the target. Otherwise, I do it. It sounded really good. I use my release. Nice and quiet. It works really well. Good feature there. Now you don't have to put tape all over it. The other thing I liked was these QDs. This is just I have a 300 blackout that I keep in the house, and this is the sling off of it, and that's the QD that goes into it. So nice little feature for a sling. You don't have to go buy one of those that covers up your cam. You'd have a sling that just goes from top to your bottom cam, and you could keep it on, just slide it off to the side of your arm if you had to take a shot real quick, like say if you were out west hunting elk or something, somewhere where you're spotting stock. So after the shot, like I said, this string stop works phenomenally. You don't feel anything. It is dead. And that's a big improvement over last year's bow. I told you that, here's your let-off adjustment. You got 75 to 90% let-off adjustment on this thing. Again, Picatinny rail up front, and you have a new dovetail on the back. So man, if you're a fan of bow, Bear, this is a tremendous bow. This is the Persist that Bear is producing now, and it is a tremendous offering from that company. It's been a pleasure to shoot it. I really like this bow, and the physical weight with just the rest, and I don't have any scales out here with me, but it's not a heavy bow, and it's well balanced. It doesn't want to just drop off forward when you shoot it. It sits right there when you're shooting. And I hope that came through in the video. I really like it. So if you're a fan of Bear, go try these out. Go see your dealer. Take a test drive. As always, if you're here in Eastern North Carolina and you're looking for one of these Bears, go see the guys over at Eastern Outfitters, Ryan and Cody. They're going to hook you up, take care of you, and get you shooting straight. Anyway, thanks for watching. Side note to the grip, is the grip repeatable even though I don't like it? And I'll add a picture from the last group I shot. This is at 23 yards, and it was stacked in there pretty tight. So I say, yeah, absolutely, it is repeatable. Is it something you're going to get away with not using a stabilizer? Well, hunting distances less than 30 yards probably could. If you're going to shoot 25 and beyond, you're probably going to want a front stab on this thing. But otherwise, the grip I didn't care for, but otherwise the bow shoots really, really well. Holds on target really well, and you should be very pleased with it.